called COVID in the middle, that kind of meant that we missed a year and we had to do 1 or 2 virtual family days. So it doesn't quite feel like the 5 years it should since we celebrated the 25th family day. So I think we had to delay a little bit because of the pandemic. Anyway, look, it's really fantastic to welcome so many of you here. We'll probably get more people joining. And we see this as a sort of celebration of the work we do, but also a chance for us to share our perspective and hopefully for you all, both patients, people with systemic sclerosis, with scleroderma, and their families, and carers and friends to understand just a little bit more about the condition. So, the program I think is very exciting. Boone and I put it together a while ago now because it all came out of the Christmas newsletter at the end of last year. And we wanted to cover the sort of science of scleroderma, some of the really serious and exciting work that's going on, particularly around things like cellular therapy and transplantation, but also to talk about the non-lethal burden of scleroderma, and that's the sort of theme that will come through today as we go. And also some of the practical aspects, because it's no good doing all this research and getting new drugs and things approved and then not getting access within the NHS. Particular issue for us in the UK to make sure that and once we know what the best treatment is, that we can actually deliver it. Just by way of history, or going back a little bit, so in 1991, I came to the Royal Free as a very junior, recently qualified medical registrar, and I happened to work for Carol Black, Professor Carol Black, in the Scleroderma unit. And she really, I think, catalyzed my enthusiasm for looking after patients with a difficult disease and also with trying to understand the disease better, and that was really my career journey. So from 1991 to 2001, I went through a journey of training in rheumatology and scleroderma with Carol, training in science in different places in London and then time in the United States. And in 2001, I came back and joined Carol as a consultant. What I didn't know at the time was that she was very soon after that going to go off and become the president of the Royal College of Physicians, and it's become ever more important after that. So it's been a real pleasure, sort of, been nearly 25 years now, to be looking after and running the Scleroderma clinic. I'm really grateful to have had so many excellent colleagues over time. You can hear from David Abraham, who runs the basic science, and we co-run the UCL centre here. But also clinicians, many fantastic clinical fellows, some of them are here, some of them are speaking today. Boone joined me quite early in my career, and did a PhD with me, and then again, I think, I hope, got captured by the enthusiasm and the challenge of scleroderma, and has been working alongside me for many years. He's taken over for a number of years running the inpatient service. He's now really running the whole service. That's not because I'm going anywhere, but it's just to allow me a bit more time to do some of the external activities. And I'm going to hand over in a moment to Boone to chair and run the rest of the family day. So we have a program, as I said, that starts with some science, goes through some of the exciting therapies, brings in localized scleroderma, which of course is a really, really important part of the disease. It's all about systemic sclerosis. There'll be a lunch break and plenty of options and to get lunch in the hospital or outside. And then we'll have some exciting topics this afternoon. International speaker from Utrecht in the Netherlands, a more local speaker, but really, I think, phenomenal presentation on ulcers. So really moving to some of those non-lethal but really debilitating aspects of the disease. But lunch isn't just all about eating. There's lots of things to do, and that's why we always have a long lunch break, because there are stands and demonstrations, SRUK, clinical trials, specialist nurses, demonstrations of thermography, like Kevin Howell here, to do some in real life demonstration of his some of the microvascular and thermographic imaging. You can also give something back. I know you all give a lot anyway, but we're going to have phlebotomy set up for volunteers with blood samples for our research, and that is relevant to you if you've got scleroderma, but also if you're a person without scleroderma. In fact, that's incredibly valuable to get what we call control samples so that we can better understand the disease. And for those that are truly committed, you might want to have a tour of the lab and see how we use the samples once we take them. And you might even want to go up to where we used to have academics up in the institute and have a skin biopsy. So that's also going to be available to you. And again, very, very keen on people who don't have scleroderma. That's giving us a very, very small amount of skin for research. The other thing is to say is you should, on the chairs, you should have the program, but you should also have a feedback form, and we would very much appreciate it's all anonymous. If you give some anonymous feedback and leave it with the reception on the way out, then hopefully we can help us choose topics for future years. And finally, this is an exciting year. Every 4 years in the UK, every 2 years, we have a research workshop that Dave and I are very, very much organising with a scientific committee. It happens every 4 years in the UK in Cambridge, so we're excited about that. It's taking up quite a lot of our time at the moment organising it, but we also, as part of that, on the Saturday when that starts, SIUK will be organising as they have done for a patient conference, using some of those talented scientists and experts that come to the workshop. So just watch the space. I think there are details already on the SIUK website, and that I'm sure will agree. So with that, I'm just thanking everyone, including the Scleroderma team and everyone that funds our research. I'm going to introduce David to come and welcome you from the laboratory research side of